Hello and welcome to the AI Experience News Roundup. Here's a look at the latest headlines and key developments in the world of AI, all in under 10 minutes.
If you think about what happened from GPT-3 to 3.5 to 4, it just got smarter.
The field became known as artificial intelligence.
Can machines really think?
What's left of the truth when history turns into AI-generated entertainment? In an article from the French newsletter Le Monde, journalist Laure Coromine looks at a growing trend: artificial intelligence rewriting history. On TikTok and YouTube, millions of videos now retell stories from ancient Rome, Middle Ages, or the Renaissance using AI-generated images in synthetic voices. Emperor Neron, the Black Death, or the Frankish kings appear as characters. In short, colorful series designed to grab attention. It's spectacular, immersive, even fascinating, but often false. These videos rarely offer context, contain many errors, and create the illusion of knowledge. Researchers and historians are warning that behind their educational appearance, they simplify, distort, or idealize the past. In some cases, they even spread political or nationalist messages, promoting a romanticized and identity-driven version of history. Political scientist Maria Dragoy calls this algorithmic historicity, the moment where algorithms, after shaping our daily lives, begin to take control of the collective memory, and the question becomes unsettling. What remains of historical truth when machines start telling our story? Imagine a 3-year-old sharing their secrets, fears, and dreams with a talking teddy bear. What could possibly go wrong? In an article from Le Monde, we discover a new frontier reached by artificial intelligence: childhood. A teddy bear that talks, listens, asks questions, and comforts, that's the latest toy craze in the United States. Beneath its soft fur hides a microphone, Wi-Fi connection, and a language model able to chat with children as young as 3. The startup Curio, which makes it, promises a caring companion better than screens. Meanwhile, Mattel is preparing a Barbie powered by ChatGPT. But behind the educational promises, experts see a deeper danger: emotional dependence. When a machine, always patient and understanding, replaces human interaction, it changes how a child learns to read emotions, handle frustration, and build social skills. Anne-Sophie Serret, director of the NGO Everyone.ai, reminds us that the child's brain is highly malleable and that these companions could distort its development. The organization is calling for international regulation before AI does to childhood what social media has done to adolescence. As tech giants move into children's bedrooms, one question remains: who do we trust to cradle the next generation? Parents or algorithms? Artificial intelligence was supposed to democratize knowledge, but is it actually erasing minority languages from the web? In an article from MIT Technology Review, journalist Jacob Judah describes a worrying spiral: how AI and Wikipedia are weakening the world's most vulnerable languages. It starts with a simple fact. In many small versions of Wikipedia, in Greenlandic, Inuktitut, or Hawaiian, a large part of the content hasn't been written by native speakers. It's been generated or automatically translated using tools like ChatGPT or Google Translate. The result? Pages filled with mistakes, nonsense phrases, made-up words, even absurd claims like an article saying that Canada has only 41 inhabitants. The problem goes further. For many of these underrepresented languages, Wikipedia is often the main or only source of written text online. But large AI models learn these languages by training on that very data. If Wikipedia pages are poor, the models learn a distorted version of the language. And when users then rely on the same models to create new articles, it creates a vicious loop. Bad data leads to bad translations, which generate even more bad data, which it's the usual garbage in, garbage out applied to minority languages. This cycle has real consequences. Linguists and contributors explain that some versions of Wikipedia are becoming nearly unusable, discouraging native speakers who want to learn or read in their own language. Worse, books and learning materials sold online, generated from those same automated translations, often turn out to be complete gibberish. For communities fighting for decades to keep their languages alive, this feels like a new form of appropriation and sabotage. But the article also showed that the story isn't entirely hopeless. In Finland, a dedicated community has turned Wikipedia into a tool for language survival. Every article is reviewed by native speakers, new words are created, and the content is used in schools. The goal is clear: produce enough high-quality text before AI models permanently log them into a broken version. For dominant languages, AI accelerates content creation. For fragile ones, it risks becoming a powerful source of erasure, offering the illusion of digital progress while quietly undermining the language itself. Why save money for a trip when an app can take you there without leaving your couch? In an article from The Verge, we discover a new trend. Artificial intelligence apps now offer to create a personalized fake vacation photo. A new generation of apps promises users what their budgets can't: AI-generated images of themselves on dream vacations, lying on a beach in Bali, walking through Tokyo, or posing next to a Lamborghini. The most popular one, Endless Summer, can just turn 3 selfies into images of imaginary trips. But this phenomenon goes far beyond a fun gimmick. In some countries, specifically Indonesia, world communities are formed around it. Thousands of low-income users create these fake vacation photos, not to show off, but as a kind of psychological escape, a way to virtually experience a life they may never have. These artificial holidays raise uncomfortable questions. For years, social media has sold us on the illusion of a perfect life. But AI now makes the illusion available to everyone on demand. For just a few dollars, anyone can buy an idealized version of themselves: happy, rich, tanned, and somewhere else. What these images really reveal is not a fascination with technology, but a deeper need to imagine a softer, fairer, and more unvaluable world. A world where AI becomes a tool for escape, and maybe also a cruel mirror of our most human frustrations. When a death threat turns into an image of you being hanged, burned, or shot, is it still harassment or already a digital execution? In an article from the New York Times, journalist Tiffany Sue exposes a deeply disturbing trend: the use of artificial intelligence to create hyper-realistic death threats. Kathleen Roper, an Australian activist with the organization Collective Shout, discovered online images showing her hanged, burned alive, and decapitated, all generated with AI tools. The pictures were terrifyingly realistic, down to the details of her actual clothes, leaving her deeply traumatized. This marks a terrifying shift. Online threats, once abstract, are now visual, believable, and personalized. With just a single photo found online, anyone can generate violent scenes where the victim appears to truly be there. Researchers quoted by the New York Times warn that these easily available technologies make digital violence more direct, more intimate, and far more damaging. Tools like Sora or Grok can already insert real people into simulated videos of assault or murder, while others clone voices or spread fake shooting alerts in schools. Technical safeguards exist, but they are very easy to bypass, and while platforms react slowly, victims watch their identity, image, and sense of safety dissolve into a new kind of digital violence: algorithmic, anonymous, and cold, yet devastatingly real in its impact. And while platforms react slowly, victims watch their identity, image, and sense of safety dissolve into a new kind of digital violence: algorithmic, anonymous, and cold, yet real in its impact. That's a wrap on this week's AI News Roundup. Join me every Sunday for a new episode in English or in French, packed with expert interviews on the front lines of the AI revolution. For my French-speaking listeners, head over to the show AI Experience en Français on your favorite podcast platform. And if you liked what you heard, I'd really appreciate those 5-star ratings. Talk to you soon.